What's Papino? What's Papino? Zeke Black is in the building. You know what? The last couple of months, even I think like a year, people been asking me, "Yo, Zeke, when you came home, for those that don't know me, yo, Zeke, what was your part of the New York movement? Because you talk a lot about it." Okay, I'm gonna give you. This might become like a two-part series, right? All right. I knew about it in the '90s, being on Rikers Island in '95. The streets was crazy. It was bananas, right? So now I was in Albany, New York, coming back and forth from Albany to New York City. My block, Lexington Avenue. This is the history right here. On my block, a kid I grew up with was like, Zeke, you would be good for the movement. You know what I'm saying? Because you get money. And you run around with the money cats. His name was Bloody Walk. For those that don't know who Bloody Walk is, on the east side, Antoine from Lex. My block was primarily 1A Trade Donald G Gangsters, 1998. Yes, I was in my 20s. The average person that came home was in their 20s because in the streets, it hit the streets different. 98, 1998, 1A Trade Donald G Gangsters, I was under Walk. My whole project was 1A Trade Donald G Gangsters, Donald G's. That's when Donald G was in the UBN. But I was in Albany, New York. So I had status. The status I had, I was allowed to bring people home, in which I eventually did down the line, so on, so on, so on. I wound up being amongst the greats. The names that you're here now, that's in top positions, was the same people in the street. I was in the committee with them in the street. 1A Trade Donald G Gangsters. There's a block in Albany, New York. Y'all had cell blocks, we had a block. Our block was Lark and Orange, allegedly. I have to say allegedly because I'm not trying to get nobody caught up. It was a hot block in Albany. But one thing about Lark and Orange is you had to pull up the L&O. You had to, if you was in Albany in the 518, you had to pull up the Lark and Orange. Again, this is before 2000. Exactly, 1-2. Lark and Orange. If you was in Lark and Orange in before 2000, you know the names. You know the names. We're not talking about when Al Gangster was in Albany County Jail, because he was in Albany County Jail at that point in time. Again, I was 1A Trade Gangster and I had status. Exactly. Should always people, our street boys. Flea B at that time used to be around us. A couple of good names I could throw out there. Flea B, right? Y'all call him the world famous. He was around us. Remember, we had that actual block. Chopper Billy was around us. Lark and Orange. Again, I was amongst the greats. In 2000, which I don't know what you're talking about, in the year 2000 was the year that EGB opened up. I was amongst those homies that had status in EGB that was from Schenectady. One of the big realers that run around the town. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. We had a block. We fought, when they was fighting the Blood and Crip War in Brooklyn, we was fighting the Blood and Crip War. Exactly, homie. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. You already know what I'm talking about. There was a Blood and Crip War going on in Albany, and there was a Blood and Crip War going on in Schenectady. You want me to give that lineup for the EGB that was doing it? JB from JB. All them niggas from Brooklyn. My nigga Blaze from Corona. Do y'all still want me to explain this to y'all? The greats. Even though I might have said some shit about Pooh Ball, but the greats. You hear me? Don't let me get to the Killer Bees and all of them. So again, because somebody gets online and say, yo, nobody knows them. Who? Nobody knows. What? What? Again, I'm not trying to solidify myself. I'm not trying to say I'm this and that guy and try to portray a situation. I just was around. I just happened to be around. Exactly. But when they trade, has happened, you said it, sincere, it's been faded. There was politics in the 1A Trade thing. Remember? They went independent. And then you had 3rd Street, which you still got 3rd Street. Now they got the DGF shit. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no DGF. because Dizzy had politics. But when I went up north, shout out to ABG Brooklyn. He said something that was real, right? When I was up north, and he see me in the yard with the homies, he said I seen him with the homies. I was in active blood. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I was inactive. Inactive. I didn't get punched in the face. I didn't get shot. And again, I spent the yard with the greats. Mesh, you know, GKB. At that point in time, he got his own hood. Uh-oh, my man Butter from Buffalo, the double R. The double R. Remember that? And the reason why I fell back was because the nigga, the line I was under, not the whole line, but Walk got caught up in the case in Foster. If you was outside and that shit turned out to be no good. Not Walk, Talk, my bad, Talk. Walk was from Crown Heights. That's where Walk was from. Walk was from Crown Heights, Talk was from East Harlem. That's how I met Pistol Pete from Carver. I mean, I've been knew Pistol Pete, but the Pistol Pete from Carver, but that's how I met him. I was in there with Mesh when Mesh first got into it, when that shit first was popping. I was there. Yeah. Again, like I said, but I fell back. But I still know, just like Brooklyn ABG said, that he was in the yard. Yeah, I spent the yard with, y'all know who y'all should see me with. You'd have thought that I was an active gang member though, right? Now, how many niggas you know that's not active is gonna spend the yard with the homies all day? Salute to Crown Heights, man. So now, you want to know Zeke Black history? I'm not none of y'all. Only difference was I wasn't going to jail. When I was in Albany on my 1-8 trade shit, we was losing our mind. We had a blood and crip war out there. Not saying nothing to be proud of, but we had a B and C war out there. What you talking about, man? Dudes was getting caught up before 2000 over. They had a gang task force in the 518. Shout out to the cleaners, man. We can't forget about them. We can't forget about Lex and them Crip niggas that was in the fucking that was in Connect, Monster and them niggas. We can't forget about the Pink Pants. We can't forget about. Come on, man. Accolades is accolades. Real rights is real rights. We was in the street. We was in them streets, boy. So when you sit here and go, yo, bro, and how this that, I was 1-8 Chase Donald G. Just like I said, we was moving the crowd. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Yeah. Boom. My man Wise Brim. I knew Wise Brim for years. You win some, you lose some. One time you know what I'm saying? There's a couple of times I shook out with dudes. I lost. Sometimes I shook out and I won. But Wise Brim, no. We was there, all in the front line. Front lines. Exactly, bro. So when you speak upon, this might be a 2-part series. Yo, what's your history with that New York movement? I was there. I just wasn't up north. I wasn't when the paperwork was coming through, when the codes was changing and statuses. And I know who was who and what years and who wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I know who was who or what was what. What's wrong with you, man? I think a lot of times, man, a lot of y'all listen to anything. I'm not trying to prove a point to be I'm authentic. I'm just telling you how I fell back. And then when I was in S Block, I see Mel. And when I seen Mel, we was kicking it. And I was respecting about how he was speaking. And that's how I jumped in the Outlaw 20 Brim Whip. When I got out the box and I went to Cape Vincent, right? You know what I'm saying? And I pulled up the Cape Vincent, the great Cape Vincent. There was kites flying saying that Outlaw 20 Brim was a dub. I ain't flinging my flag to the side. I was still pulling up to that count in the yard. Me. I could have got shot again, right? My head blown off, right? I was with Velly Shine. When I asked him, ask Velly Shine. I don't really need no cosign, but ask Velly Shine. That's how we got cool. I was in the yard with Killer Kato from Brownsville. Mr. ABG himself. I was in the yard with him. That's my guy. That's my bro. Yeah, I was there. So again, Amongst, like you say, I'm claiming the faded hood, right? I ain't get point. I was in with Child Shots, made Cluster Villain. That's my guys too. Cluster Villain, man. Y'all know, if you from Sethlo, you know, man. Shout out to Brownsville, man. Again, you internet niggas be losing your mind. You know what I'm saying? That gang shit, we been off of gang time. Remember, I was claiming a faded hood. So when I came home, we tried to resurrect it with OTF. It never went nowhere. So now, let's be regular. I fuck with Fatso, right? Fatso Brim was holding me down in the streets when I had my little politics claiming that OTF shit. War Brim was holding me down when it came to holding me down with that OTF shit. They wasn't OTF, but every time a nigga be like Dub, because they don't care about your name. They don't care about who you was. You pulled up and said, yo, homie, what sets you claim? I claim Outlaw 20 family. They said, nah, homie, that shit ain't real right, bro. Lacy dubbed that shit. But this is OTF, not OTP. Nah, son, we gotta make sure that shit is safe, that shit is okay. That's what we was doing some Brim shit. Even though them niggas was West Coast Brims, my nigga, you hear me? Like, nah, son, Zeke is family, he with us. Yeah, in the streets. In the streets. I can only tell you facts using facts. That's what War lived uptown. Like, nah, son. When I went to go touch a nigga fingertips, that yo, homie, it's nothing personal against you, but just shit. You know what I'm saying? When you touch a nigga fingers, it's just like, yo, nah, homie, it's against you. But, you know, them politics. That's that prison politics. So again, I wasn't in jail, but again, I kept putting my face and my body in the position to catch 100 years. So what's the disrespect for? What's the disrespect for? I never got dubbed. I never been on a fucking menu. I never got attacked. Man, mind you, I was in the yard claiming a dub hood for 6 months. A dub hood according to Lacey's Kites. When I was in Cape Vincent and them kites was flying, that's when Shango had that frontline assassin. That's when them books opened up. So y'all add the years up. I'm not telling you the years in time, allegedly. Y'all know the years in time. But I still had love for the cause, right? Zeke Black still had love for the cause. Remember, I'd never been on, yo, Zeke's a dub, Zeke's a fade. The only time I ever been called the dub was claiming a dubbed hood, my nigga. So because for those that's jumping in the chat, yo, homie, what hood you claim? I was claiming 1-8 Trade Donald G gangsters, man. And the only reason why I really stopped fucking with them was because the nigga I was fucking with that put me onto it, my man for my projects, it was bad business. They called it body enforcer. For niggas that was enforcer, y'all know what I'm talking about. But such and such got killed on Charles Street. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. His name was all in the paperwork, and that's why dudes fell back. I said, nah, son, I can't fuck with that shit, bro. My man was the big hat, was one of the big hats of 5 Points. That's why I shout out to Brownsville ABG. He said, yo, I used to see Zeke with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Now, I never was a plate. That's why I said I was never none of that. The special section keeps saying, yo, Zeke is force claiming. Force claiming what? Salute. Yo, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? John Bell, you understand what I'm saying? John Bell, we on the same page. So now I'm giving you the history. So now you do your little research. Larkin Armors, go holler at niggas that was on Larkin Armors. Yo, oh yeah, that's my man. I'm not glorifying this shit. That's why I'm kicking the shit I'm kicking, because I've been through the politics. I've been through politics. You know what I'm saying? Now, nobody called me a plate. I said I'd never been a plate, never been a dub. The only time niggas said that situation was a dub, when I was in the street, when they said that OTF shit, they wasn't riding with that shit. That's a fact. That's a fact. I remember I went to a GKB party, K-Shine, right? K-Shine lived up there in Washington Heights. I was pulled up, and I was with my man Veli and Polo Shine. Some stupid niggas, they keep jumping in my comments. These idiots that keep jumping in my comments. I've been fell back. I was fucking with, don't let's not get it twisted. I was fucking with Fatso for a little while with the Empire State Brim, 6 Deuce Brim. I was fucking with that. Then I just completely fell back on my household shit. I was fucking with Fatso with that 6 Deuce Brim shit. Harvard. I spoke to Elgin on the phone before. I spoke to a couple of West, you know what I'm saying? He put me on to that shit. Him and War Brim put me on to that West Coast shit. And Holiday, shout out to Holiday and Holiday. I can't take nothing away from Holiday, Renegade Holiday. Can't take nothing away from her. You know what I'm saying? Y'all may not like Holiday, but fucking with Holiday. You know what I'm saying? My man Shine Outlaw too. You know the big Shine, the big, you know my man from Albany. And you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of niggas I know, bro. Like I told you, when I hopped in the whip was because it was a good look for the dude, for the homies on the block. Yeah, they was like them, they was getting money with my man. Like, Zeke, it's a good look that you fuck with us. You from the block, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's do it. So still, I want to know what you're talking about. The 6 Deuce Brim thing, I'm not active. So again, what man can be in the yard? I was UBN in the beginning. Donald G was independent. 1A Trey was independent by like 2010 when I was in the box. They had independent hoods. Then you had, so yes, I was in the UBN before. Yes, I was in the U before Dizzy left. When I went to 183rd Street with my peoples, I was in the UBN. Because that's when I was under Dizzy. He had the hood. Exactly, bro. So I'm not going to do this, man. Never. I don't glorify this gang shit, this New York gang shit. I try to fix it, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't amongst them niggas in the yards, because I wasn't in them yards. But when I was in the yards, just like ABG Browns who said, nah, Zeke was homie with the Bloods, right? But I wasn't active. So what nigga you know ain't active, but he's all with the homies. That says a whole lot for a nigga who ain't never spent Attica Yard, Auburn Yard, Sing Sing Yard, nothing to be proud of. But what I'm trying to say is, whatever's going on with this New York culture, I was a part of it. And I was a part of it hard. That's it. You want to know I was 1A Trey, and then 2010 in the box with Mel Cross, or was it 11, 10 or 11, I hopped in the Outlaw 20 Brim whip. By the time I left the box, I believe in July or August, it was a dub. And paperwork coming from Two-Face. Exactly, that's it, bro. I know too many, but a lot of real whites, they're not online. Now I felt I was inactive. I wasn't active. And I still was in the yard with niggas that could have got me shot. Being inactive is like dropping your flag. Never dropped it. It's over. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in the 30s. He's bugging out. 1998. How old was I? Okay, I was born in 73. You add that math up. 73 and 1998. You add that math up. It's these niggas that just be talking online, bro. But if I did join in the 30s, doesn't matter. There's a bunch of niggas that joined in the 30s. What's wrong with you? This shit was created in the adults, not the adolescents, in the adults. So you keep that in mind. Yeah. That's what they doing with it, because niggas want to troll. 1998, if I was born, you're at the math for. Exactly, they're not. They're not. The niggas that's really active, they're not online. They're definitely not online. There's a bunch of them I got on speed dial, definitely not online. They be like, oh, can we go with this shit again? But I'm just letting you know who I be. This is who I be. 1998, you add up 1975, 1973 to 1993 is 20, right? 5 years later is what, 25? 73 to 93 is 20 years. 5 years after that, right, 90 is 25. But when you speak to dudes that's in beat mode, special interest, they can't add the math up. 73, this we're gonna do it slowly. 73 to 93 is 20. 98, because I can't, because you can't, because you wanna know why? Because the books was closed in 99. And the books reopened. Nah, we was chilling. That's what we with the homies. Yo, Zeke, what's up? We slapped 5. You know what I'm saying? Let's spend the yard. It was goody, my nigga. I spent the yard with the best of them. Yo, Zeke, what's up? All day, nothing happened to me. All day. 5 points. Went out the spot. History lesson right there. Let me get back up here. All right, G's. What's up, what's up? Exactly, bro. I just told you. Home, yo, what's up, home? Boom. I wasn't in my cell every day. I was spending the yard every day. Exactly. Nah, because one thing about life, people gotta respect you for you. I knew too many niggas in the street. My Albany niggas was in the building. My Puerto Ricans from East Harlem. So I had some strength in that yard. You know what I'm saying? Some of my Queens niggas was in the yard. Exactly. So with that being said, let me get back to work. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. With that being said, Feliz Navidad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on later though, you heard?